It's me again. Today, I want to ask the question whether hanging on to memorabilia would be the same as hoarding, especially if you are in my situation. I have absolutely nobody that I can leave my stuff to when I die, which is a very strange place to find a person in. It also makes you think about worldly possessions very differently when you find yourself in this situation. Because everything that I value will have no value to the next person after my life has come to an end that is going to walk into this house. I went a complete and total blank. There was just a huge vacuum left in my brain. I had to sit for a while and stare into space to gather my thoughts, but nothing was gathering. Absolutely crazy. I've got like a sore throat going on the last few days with a runny nose, and it's not going anywhere. It's just coming and going, but sitting there. And I have now been drinking medicine, cold and flu medicine, for the past few days as well. But I don't feel that it is a cold. It almost feels as if my underlying problem has flared up, which is a video for another day. I just don't know what happened there. But in any case, the fact of the matter is that everything that is near and dear to my heart will be no meaning for whoever is going to walk into my house and having to go through the stuff. So then it begs the question, or what we do here on earth, to me, becomes very apparent. And I was, and sometimes still are, guilty of exactly the same thing. I think we all want nice stuff. And without money, in the society that we have created, you are stuffed. If you do not have money to survive, you are out on the street. And that is the hard reality of the situation. So we all sort of get sucked into and gradually hooked into the materialistic race on this earth. And some of us value people according to their stance in society, what they have materialistically and financially, which suburb do you stay in, how big is your house, what car are you driving, what position do you hold in the company that you work for, and what does your house look like, what kind of furniture do you have. And social media, I think, has not helped as far as that is concerned. It actually contributes towards the notion of us comparing ourselves to other people and then placing the value, what we think of ourselves, on how we think we compare to others, what other people think, where we fit into that spectrum of success, which is sad. And then it also comes around, and not so much for males than for females, for women, that we live in a society where being old, getting old, is not valued anymore. It's actually devalued. We are brainwashed that being old, which you can't help, none of us can escape the passage of time and the destruction that it leaves on your body. None of us. Even the young ones, they don't realize that somewhere along down the path in the future, they are going to wake up one morning, look in the mirror, and realize that the reflection that's staring back at them is not what they used to. And unless you have the money, the financial means to nip and tuck, to go to a plastic surgeon to lift the sagging boobs and to get a facelift or have the Botox injections, etc., you are left with no other option but to make peace with it. But it is hard. And my class are now organizing our 40th reunion, the class of 1982. And it's strange how difficult it was, me included, to put, not the men so much, the women, to put a photograph of what we are currently looking like. Because we are knocking, we're actually gone through the middle age stage. We are now knocking on the door of being old age. We are pensioners. You get pensioners discounts when you go to the shops and to the restaurants. I'm sitting in my spare room, by the way. Yeah, there is just no getting away from it. That is the hard reality. And this venture that I have decided that I am going on currently to see if I can grow a YouTube channel. And the verdict is still out on that one. Is hard, because I could either opt for a no-face YouTube channel, which there are plenty of. There's actually YouTube channels teaching people guiding people how to have YouTube channels without ever showing your face. There is this guy Zorro, I think he's Asian of descent. I would love to see his face, because he's got a very nice voice, and he's got a faceless channel and a very successful faceless channel. I'm actually one of the people that go and look at his channel, but he puts everything together very well. It's quite nice to look at his channel, and also the topics that he chooses. But it's sort of a reaction channel. Where you actually use other channels' material and then you just react to it. I don't quite know how it works, how much of other people's stuff you can use without violating copyright or having them maybe lodge a complaint to YouTube that you are stealing their creative material. Like I last time said, it's a minefield of dodging mines not to go off around you when you venture into this. And I'm sure that at some or other point in time I am going to put my foot on a mine that's going to explode, because that's just the story of my life. Nothing ever goes smoothly. I always seems to put my foot in it, and I think in this case on it. I should not speak bad luck over myself, but in any case. So that is the reaction channels and the faceless channels. But I also looked at the YouTube channels giving advice for beginners and how to make your channel grow very fast, because like I said in the car, for whoever listened to the conversation I had with McDavid on the way to see you, I know the sound was not very good. With the thumbnail, I have now downloaded an app where I can do the thumbnail. So that is lots of practicing. But in the app, when you work with the thumbnail, it is very, very small, and you can't really do a lot of writing on it. And the ads are driving me nuts. But I just first want to get a feel for the app, because there's quite a few apps on in Play Store for designing YouTube channels and the thumbnails and whatever. And so I just want to get a feel for it, because some of them are quite complicated to use. I suppose the more complicated ones will give you better results, or a better, excuse toch, pardon me, that is my stomach, but my health issues is going to be separate videos, so that the people that can benefit from my health sagas can watch that, and those that do not want to look at depressing content do not have to click on it. But there's a reason for all the burping, belching, burping. Very unflattering, very unladylike, but there is absolutely nothing I can do about it at this point in time. Long story, but not for this video, for another video. No, I've lost my train of thought again. I go down the garden path and then I can't find my way back home. Oh, my brain is all fogged over today. I'm all over the show. What was I talking about? Let me just take a break here. I take the break. I sit here staring out at my garden through the window, and absolutely nothing comes rushing back into the vacuum. So I'm just going to carry on, and whatever I was busy staying will just have to hang in mid-air. So this video, which I have now sidetracked quite a lot, is on hanging on to memorabilia, which to me means something, and to, like I said, the person that's going to come in here one day, it will mean absolutely nothing to. So do I wear it? I must say I did wear some of the stuff. Okay, let me not run away from myself. So the first piece of memorabilia that I'm keeping. Okay, before I go into that, I just want to show this. I know that these cupboards are lattice work cupboards. So there's lots of holes for the dust to go in. And I do not know why my cupboards, the stuff inside my cupboards, collects dust like it do, because I do keep a fairly clean house. But my clothes are always sort of dirty. But I must say, even the stuff in my bedroom cupboards, and I don't know how that amount of dirt actually gets into my bedroom cupboards, because they are fairly closed. It's sort of closed cupboards. And you will see when we do get to those cupboards that I have started to use these plastic things. If you take your clothes to the dry cleaners, then you normally go and fetch it and they've got some plastic covering over it. Now I started to keep those, and I've put it over my jackets and the stuff that I don't regularly wear, because I will show you on the stuff, but it's also my fault because I don't wear my stuff, which is also a video and a conversation for another time. Yes, but then this happens. Can you see that dust line over it? That's now from just lying in the cupboard and not being taken out and not being used. And for some other reason, I don't know if but this is not a sun bleach stripe. It's dust, but I can now go like this and it's not going to take it out. Look there, it's just sitting there. I have come to the conclusion that stuff is not meant to keep, and I'm preaching to the choir of one, the selfie choir of one. I'm actually preaching to myself, because I keep stuff. I buy it and then I think, oh, it's so nice, I will keep it for best. And then I keep it. I never wear it because I'm scared something's going to happen to it. And then by the time that I do get to wear it, it is not in fashion anymore. It doesn't fit me anymore. And it got damaged, like those little handkerchiefs I showed you in the previous video. And maybe if I wash this, I don't know if that line is going to come out. It actually gets old and deteriorates just by sitting in a cupboard. And shoes, do not keep shoes. Leather, no, real leather you can keep. Faux leather you cannot keep. I have kept shoes for 30 years. Shoes, because there is rubber and glue involved, and that thin coating that they put over whatever they make the shoe from to make it look like leather. Now that, with age, if you don't wear it and there's constant movement to keep it pliable and soft that it will move with your feet as you walk, by just sitting in your cupboard, will go rock hard. That is besides the point that as you grow older, everything changes. I think that age is like shape-shifting. Constant shape-shifting. Some people will say, oh, I still weigh exactly the same now at 60 than what I did when I was 20. But you don't look the same anymore. Everything has started to sag. There's little rolls popping up and out everywhere. Oh, these guinea fowls are making a noise. It's actually quite a sight. There's now one on each of the two ends of the pergola. Yeah. Anyway, so everything starts to change, and we all know that most of us grow a little bit heavier as we progress in age. And believe me, you pick up weight on your feet as well. You get fat feet. So apart from the fact that some of those shoes didn't fit me anymore, I still wear the same size 4, but the shoes that I bought as a size 4 in my early mid-20s didn't fit me anymore. Now I go through stages like now when I say, no, I'm going to try and sort things out. No, I'm going to try and get rid of some of my old stuff that I will say I am now going to wear. And I think handbags have got the same problem, and belts. But I'm past the belt wearing stage. I can't wear a belt anymore because everything around my midriff is too soft. And if you now put a belt in and you tie the belt up, then where it's sort of now evenly spread, it will all pop out over the top or the bottom of the belt, and that just doesn't look very good. I know if you look at the YouTube channels of how to dress when you my age, that they say don't wear stuff like this. My outfit that they have on today, they will say makes you look frumpy. But I will be Miss Frumpy today. I'd rather look a bit frumpy than to have the stomach sticking out. Or popping out. Yeah, it's not easy to grow old, hey. I always say to the young people, you are gorgeous. You are pretty. Embrace your youth, because today you're the prettiest that you will ever be. Tomorrow you're a day older. So if you have the looks or the confidence and you have the body and you can wear a tight fitting outfit and it looks good on you, then really go for it. Because there comes a time that you must change your style. And I can't believe that I actually thought that I had a tummy and that I was fat in my 20s. It's crazy. If I think of how I actually looked at myself, but I never had a good body image of myself. Never, ever, ever. I always had issues. In any case, so I don't think that materialistic stuff, like all living things, even trees and shrubs and flowers in the garden, nothing is made to last. I was still on the shoe thing. So then I get to this stage that I say, okay, now I'm going to wear my things, and then I will take some of these 30-year-old pair of shoes out of the cupboard, and I will sort of make an outfit around it, and now I feel very pretty, and I am now going to the shop. And then as I walk, my shoes will start disintegrating. So I will lose a heel, or I will sit and I will look at my shoe and I cross my leg like this, and I will say, oh my soul, the top layer has started to peel off. It's like somebody that has been in the sun too long and they're peeling. Oh, jeepers. So I've now got into the habit that if I wear one of those old pair of shoes, I will take a spare pair of shoes with. Because at that point in time when that happens, I will be walking in the shops, and then I must very, very quickly go into a shop and buy another pair of shoes. Otherwise I will be walking around barefoot in the shop. No, I don't think that will really faze me, but still. Yeah, I think I must just blow my nose again. Okay, so back to memorabilia and this shirt. I bought, I think, about 5 of these shirts in different colors, and I've got 2 left. This one and another one I did not take out. They all were sort of, no, they were not all the same. The one said something about something beautiful, doing beautiful things for beautiful people. So, this is, here it say, this is the NCO which is the National Chamber Orchestra. I was chosen to go and play piccolo for the National Chamber Orchestra in the Northwest Province. And it was at that point in time, it was quite an honor to be chosen to go and play for the National Chamber Orchestra. And the acronym is NCO, and they say beautiful people doing beautiful things to the Northwest Province. That's what it says. And I have kept 2 t-shirts. Now, I bought about 5, I think. And first I wore them, like now if I'm basically at home most of the time, I must just go to the shop quickly to go and buy some biscuits for the dogs, because I've ran out of evening biscuits for them, and it will be just chaos tonight if my beagle goes and stand there at that cupboard and ask for her supposed to be bedtime biscuit, which she has now pushed the time up to when McDavid goes home, which is 4:45 in the afternoon. And how can a dog manipulate their owner like that, you would ask? Well, get a beagle and you will know. I know I refer a lot to my cousin Shamel Vessels, but she's got 2 beagles, Lucy, and I can't remember the other one. And we were talking on the phone, and she said, you know, you will just have to excuse me, because this Lucy, I think it was Lucy, is now carrying on. She wants to have her biscuit, and she is now just not letting go of irritating us to give her this biscuit that she wants. I mean, it is really, really like that. And now Prada has learned from Bella, and they will just not let up until they get their biscuit. So now I've given in. When they start to ask at 4:30 or 4:45, I will just go to the cupboard and give them their biscuits. But it was supposed to be like a nighttime treat, which is now like a late afternoon treat. So I must go to the shop now to go and buy a box of biscuits, because there's only one left, and that little one is, I won't be able to divide that into 3. And believe me, dogs can count. Dogs and cats can count. Well, in any case, this is now the story of this t-shirt. So I had 5 or 6. So the others I did wear for now, like I said, if I had to just quickly go out to the shop. Then I downscaled it to running t-shirts. I was a very keen runner. I used to run till about 2 years ago. COVID and lockdown has made me stop going for runs, and I don't think that I'm going to start running again. I have found that my pain levels have dropped significantly since I have stopped running. And it's strange, because they normally say with my illness that you must retain a moderate exercise program, but I never realized that my constant running everywhere actually exacerbated the situation. So then it was running t-shirts. After that, it became house and garden t-shirts that I will wear it in the house and garden. But I work a lot with bleach, and my house gear is always very, very old, because I do mess a lot on me, and if you mess bleach on something, then that's spoiled. You can work in it and then throw it away. So then it was house and garden work t-shirts, and then I downgraded to painting gear, clothes, overalls. And then after that, with all the washing and being very old, it becomes very thin. and then it's really not appropriate to wear anymore. And then I must just throw it away, because then it's actually in such a state that it's not even good enough to give to somebody poor. You just cut it up for scrubbing cloths. So that is the path of clothes in my house. Okay, so that's the story of the National Chamber Orchestra. It's something that means a lot to me. It will mean nothing to somebody else, but those I keep. Then I have this, which is very, 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 very old. And now I'm going to show you how it actually makes that, well, I put the plastic over because it makes that same line there. Okay, and you can dust it and dust it and dust it. So what it actually means is that I must decide on my outfits the previous day or 3 days, which is impossible in Port Elizabeth. Excuse me, because of the weather changes here in the blink of an eye. You can have the most perfect sunny summer's day in the morning, and by 10 o'clock the wind will start blowing as if it is a storm breaking loose, and later on it will rain. Today it's overcasted, and not too cold and not too warm. We are in the changing season. So okay, so this is Annie. It's actually a nice sweater. I did wear this, and then I got sorry for it. No. And I hung it in the closet, and I haven't worn it for some time. But I think next winter I'm going to wear this again, most definitely. Okay, Annie is a musical, and I used to play flute and piccolo in my younger days, and as I said, obviously I would not have been invited to go and play in the National Chamber Orchestra if I wasn't playing an instrument of some sort. And we got this to wear to our practices, because then you sit, obviously in a musical, you sit under the stage in the orchestra pit. That is something of the past. Sometimes I feel I become nostalgic if I look at orchestras playing on YouTube and thinking of those days. But the times have changed such a lot. I must just blow my nose again, sorry. But the times have changed such a lot. This musical was in the Opera House. I think all the musicals was actually done in the Opera House. And I don't think, even if I was still playing and if they were still doing this, that I would have been keen to play in a musical, because the area where the Opera House and the Feather Market Hall is in has not become the safest in Port Elizabeth anymore. And here, you know, you end your concert, you come home at about 11 o'clock, after 11, and as a woman then I must drive alone in the streets all the way from there up here, and it would just not be safe anymore, especially also with parking. Okay, we normally there first, because we must get ready before the people come in to listen to the concert, and the concert goers, the audience, and but still, sometimes you must park far away, and it is just not safe anymore. Then this is something I just cannot get rid of. My my dog jumping tracksuit. Now this, people my age in South Africa, especially those of the Eastern Cape, will know that this used to be the colors if you presented the province. It was black, red and white. And I had the most beautiful brown and white border collie female, Sherry. How did I get her? I must just say that I have never in my life bought a dog. They are all rescues. They are either picked up or I saw them at a shelter and they tug at my heartstrings, and that's how I basically got all my animals. Woodridge is a private school a few kilometers out of PE, and a beautiful school. There's houses where the teachers can stay in, and it's a boarding. They've got a boarding school. It's really situated in the most beautiful place. And they used to have, I don't know if they still have, I think they do, I don't know, but they used to have the annual Woodridge Fete. It was huge. I mean, people used to flock there. And I went there that particular year, and the people were shooing this little doggy. It was still a puppy, I would say 2 or 3 months old. Was shooing this little doggy away because she was looking for food. Obviously, there's a lot of food at a fete, and somebody has given her. We in South Africa we are big on barbecues. We call them braais, braai vleis, and somebody has given her the bone of a lamb chop, and this bone has turned and lodged itself in the back of the mouth. So then they start going with a paw. They want to paw it out, and also stressful to see. And when they are thrown away dogs or lost dogs, then they're not really well adjusted to human interaction at all. It's normally a huge palaver to catch them, to get hold of them, because they don't trust people. And I finally got hold of her, and in the end I managed to bring her home and gave her a bath and whatever, and she became my dog. But you would never ever have said that that was a border collie. It was in such a neglected state. She became the most soft-hearted personality, gentle, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous animal. It sounds like there's some hawk activity. I've got a lot of hawk activity. If the guinea fowls carry on, the wild guinea fowls carry on like that, then there's normally some imminent danger somewhere. In any case, and I started to do dog training with her. That's how I got, obviously, the tracksuit. And she was just brilliant. When she went into the arena for your tests now, your obedience tests and whatever, then she would, they call it something, there's a word for it, but she would walk like that, like a horse. She wasn't very obedient when she wasn't in the arena at home, but the ducks are enjoying the apple. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. Okay. So now I have a few rosettes that I also can't seem to get rid of. This was the EP German Shepherd Dog Club. I'm now talking 35 years ago. Then this was a third place that we got from the Barkens Valley. It also seems like German Shepherd Dog Club. She got 3rd place. Doesn't really help that it doesn't show on camera because it just throws all the words in reverse. And this one's was obedience novice. You're a novice if you are a beginner. I just can't. I just don't know how to throw this away. I have all the certificates as well, still, and since then, not so long ago. Well, Rocco has passed on as well. I had a real estate friend, a friend in real estate, and he was selling a house in Beverly Grove, a suburb, and the bank foreclosed on this house, and the people moved away, and they left this dog there. And he asked me if I didn't want this dog, and I said, you know, I've got cats and I really have enough animals. I'm really trying my best to sort of cut down on the amount of animals that I have. And he said to me, but it's a brown and white border collie. So I got into my car to go and have a look at this brown and white border collie, and it was a male Rocco, a brown and white border collie, just a male version of Sherry, exactly. Also a gentle soul. He liked to herd. Sherry also liked to herd, so they would herd the guinea fowls. I didn't have chickens at that stage, but they would herd the guinea fowls. The guinea fowl come to the front, and then in the evening I'd take them back to where the swimming pool is. They get herded into the coop, and both of them used to like to help me to do that. It's amazing how that's an inborn thing, that herding instinct that they want to herd. And he was sitting in front of that garage waiting for his people to come and fetch him, which never happened. It is a sad sight to see. And he was supposed to be a dog that was part of a family. I had to take somebody with to help me control him in the car ride from there to my house. That dog was wild. He did not know how to have a bath. He did not know how to go for a walk on a leash. But he turned out also to be quite a gentle soul. So then the next thing I have, which I keep I really should not laugh about these things, is their teeth. I don't know how to show you this now. A person is not always in the fortunate position to find your dogs and your cats' baby teeth when they I can't show you, there's some tiny ones when they fall out. Yes. But I did pick up, how many are there? Here's about 30 or 40 of my cats that I use, and dogs that I had the privilege of sharing my life with here on earth. And I keep them. I can't tell you which tooth belongs to which animal, but there they are. And I do not know how to throw this away. And then I've got like a little name tag of Nisha, my one grey cat, which was also a stray. I went to a wedding reception at the St. George's cricket grounds, and I saw this cat beautiful, beautiful cat. And they didn't want her there because she would go into the VIP lounges and then lie on the furniture, and then the furniture would get full of hair, and then the people would get all upset and annoyed with that. So that was another cat that I brought home. Also, a gentle, gentle, gentle soul. Gorgeous. She was a long haired, fluffy, white and light grey cat. She was gorgeous. Okay, then I have my exercise training academy waterproof thing, because this is now if you must do fitness in outdoors, you know, fitness coaching management. I did that. I'm a qualified personal and group fitness trainer, but in those days I had to go to Cape Town to go and do my practical exams. And the other day we were driving somewhere and I saw that they have now opened a branch here in Port Elizabeth. And I did manage, and it was hard. I'm now talking about, I think I finished this in 2009, 2006, somewhere around there. But I made a PhD out of a 2-year course. I had books and research in files. I cannot tell you how many stacks. And I kept that. Why? I don't know. Because after my heart attack just changed everything. It became just something that I can't use anymore. Because you're now not allowed to pick up heavy weights, and you're not allowed to work with heavy stuff or too long with your hands over your head, and there's all sorts of things. And my heart rhythm is not regular, and you don't really want to go and play with things where you can just let it be. Yeah, that's sad. And I decided when we get to those cupboards, I will show you. I do not have space, and those cupboards are full of stuff that I hang on to. And I kept 2 or 3 books, I think. I packed everything in boxes, and I went to the offices and I donated my stuff to them. And that, I suppose, is a chapter in my life that is now really finally closed. I've also started to, which is also hard for me, but not as hard as this, because I loved the exercise part of my life. I loved running. I loved the course. I loved going to gym. It gave me great enjoyment. And I can't say the same about music. Unfortunately, music, I didn't think of myself as being musical and talented. I actually know that I'm not musical. I call myself a parrot musician. I got where I came out of sheer dedication and hard work, and not because it was my choice, but because I was forced into the situation and I had no option. I had to make it work. And yeah, so with my brain and my personality, I don't know why I had to go and buy everything. But when my pupils had to play something, or pardon me, they had to prepare for an exam, then I felt that I had to have the hard copy of that piece. So I had a stack of music. Now my elder sister in Cape Town is music, is her her profession, her career, and she's good. She was born with perfect pitch, which means that you've got an inborn memory of the exact pitch of a note. Yeah, it gives you quite a nice head start in life if music is going to be your profession in your career. And she's just good. She is just very good at what she's doing. She really, really is. And the last time she was here, I said to her, Irina, come. What do you want? You can take off the piano music what you want. And there's no the more advanced piano music. I still have all the primary school stuff here. I must still find it in my heart to give that away. She went through it, some of the stuff she had, but she would prefer a different edition, because I think the editing is different according to which edition you have. So she took some stuff, and there were some stuff that she wasn't interested in, and I put it in a box. I've actually got a box in my car. It was school holidays now, which has been loaded in and out and in and out and in and out of my car. I've got a box there that I must go and drop at Grey High School. Now, my dad used to go to Grey High School. It's a very posh, boys-only high school, primary and high school in Port Elizabeth. It's got a history. The school building is historical architecture. It is really, really nice. And they just have a history. And obviously some of my peers, Sean Lyon is still there, and my other cousin Louis Potgieter is teaching there. So I just took the music there. I gave it to the music librarian, and I said to her, go through it, use what you want, don't use what you don't want. So I've got another box that I must go and drop off there, which I will do next week. It's Friday today. I will do that early next week. And then, this is the last thing. I've got this little shirt, which is the Smart Trainer shirt, accredited personal trainer. It's a Nike. And that was when I was the manager at one of the new gyms that opened here in Port Elizabeth, Planet Fit Smart. This is now like a muscle little shirt. It's really very, very, very tight fitting. So if you have 1 ounce of extra weight or flabbiness, then it shows. So I had 3, I've given 2 away. I don't know what the person, I actually gave it to McDavid, so I don't know what he's going to do with it. But I mean, yeah, I'm just hanging on to this as just that it's something that happened in my life. Also a book that has been closed, a sad book that has been closed. But that's that. So that is some of my memorabilia that I'm hanging on to, which I think that I can. Even if the people after me is going to come in here and just throw it away, as long as it's just it is just taking up space in my cupboard, I know. But it's part of my history, it's part of my life, and I'm just not ready to part with this. I am not ready to part with. I'm not ready to throw this away, and I am going to hang on to this for a little bit longer with a clear conscience. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to you all until next time.